The concept of the American dream is one that emphasizes prosperity, success, and the pursuit of happiness. This week, we check out some compelling stories from your city. And visit a few outdoor locations in Las Vegas, North Bay, Santa Barbara, and St. Louis. These make some pretty interesting date ideas that stray from the usual weekend wine and dine. Welcome to the American dream.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain in the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Our first story is brought to you by a professional in your city. Let's hear what they have to share this week.
I would have never thought that waiting tables in Austin would lead me to my dream career here in Houston as a real estate agent. I happened to wait on a table of people who were the staff of a new apartment community down the road in Austin. They had liked something about my work ethic and my demeanor, and they had asked if I was interested in a leasing position. I really even didn't know what apartment leasing was, but I thought more and more about it and where I wanted to go in my life, and I knew that I didn't want to wait tables forever. So I gave the manager a call, and after a few months of talking and finding more out about the job, and once there was an opportunity officially open, I took it. I started apartment leasing and I fell in love with it, and it really opened up my eye to all of the possibilities in real estate and how fascinating the industry was. And I knew that I was pretty much decided as that being my career. I still was going to school. I was going to Texas State and I was pursuing a degree, so I wanted to finish that while still working. I did apartment leasing in Austin for 3 years at the same community. I was asked to be part of the team of a lease up here in Houston at a brand new community. And at first when I was asked, I was like, no way, I'm not leaving Austin to move to Houston. And then a few months later, I was asked again, and I thought that it could be a really good thing for me. I moved to Houston and I started at a brand new beautiful high-rise. It was my first experience doing high-rise leasing and I loved it. I thought I could never go back. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I eventually finished up my degree at the University of Houston, and I finally felt like I had enough time to do what I wanted to do longer term, which was get my real estate license and practice independently. So I did that, enjoyed it from the moment I was studying about it to actually performing in real estate, and I've been doing it since, and I am so happy. I started off with a smaller brokerage, kind of like a boutique brokerage, had a different structure, and I was kind of learning a little bit more about everything that goes into being a real estate agent, and I learned a lot. I decided that to take my business to the next level and my growth as an agent, I needed to move brokerages. So I went to Martha Turner Sotheby's, and that's who I'm with now, and it has been one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Being with a brokerage like Martha Turner Sotheby's, who offers so much support, so many resources, so much continuing education, and to be as nationally recognized and well known as they are, and the branch that they are, has been really great, and I'm happy to be affiliated with such a brand and such a company that allows me to offer a similar experience to all of my clients. I know that being with Martha Turner Sotheby's, I can offer all of my clients the very best in the, in the business and what they need. So I'm about 90% real estate and about 10% fun. So when I'm not working, I really do just enjoy relaxing. I have a great yoga studio nearby that I go to. I love checking out all of the restaurants that Houston has to offer. There are so many. And I love just walking my dog at the park. Herman Park and Buffalo Bayou are some of my favorite. So look out for me if I can help you with anything in real estate. It's really my goal to be the best in the industry. I plan to be on Houston's list of top 20 realtors under 40. So again, look out and please reach out if I can be of any assistance to you.
K-A-T-Y. What does that spell? Katie. So Sandie Acord here with Liz Carter and Team Realty, and we are here Friday morning. Today I want to talk to you guys about how important it is to own a home that is in a good school district and winning football team. So today I have the honor of talking to Coach Joseph about what it means and what it takes to build a championship football team. So today I have the pleasure of meeting and speaking to Coach Gary Joseph, who is a local celebrity in our town. He is the head coach of the championship football team, the Katy Tigers.
Yes,
So thank you
You're
so
welcome,
much.
and, my pleasure to do this.
So I want to start out with what living in a community with what a football team and the champion, or having a successful football team like the Katy Tigers does for the community and how it brings the community together.
Oh, I think no doubt it gives a sense of pride to the community, and the people get out and support their kids. We're very blessed around here to have a lot of kids that still have two-parent homes, and where football is still important, and we're having something to talk about every day with our parents is still important.
How do you not rely on your past success?
Well, we've had some very good high school football players, and they're willing to sit there and do what it takes for the football team. And it's not so much about me, it's about we. And no doubt that's how we can continue to be successful, is as long as we sit there and understand it's about us and not about just individuals.
Yeah, that makes sense. And especially in today's world, it's completely different from when you started 30-something years ago.
40 years ago, but that's the way of the world.
Yeah.
And you see all the advertisements, it's about me and things. And that's what's unique about our school, is we've had kids that have bought in to sitting there thinking that a team is more important than me.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I'm sure you live, eat, breathe football. What else do you like to do other than football?
There's not much, I enjoy football. I enjoy, other sports. I'm the campus coordinator here. I can get to watch all our kids at Katy High School sit there perform. I'm part of the Catholic Church here in Katy, and have been since I've been here for 40 years and stuff. And that part of it's still important. It's still important to have a foundation. And that's what we talk to our kids about too, is they have to have a foundation, something that's solid in their life that they can sit there and fall back on when things don't go well.
So one last question I have for you,
Okay.
and actually it's a question that my dad helped me come up with.
Okay.
Do you learn more as a coach and as a team from a close win or a close loss?
There's different philosophies. I think you can learn both. You have to know how to face adversity. Have to bounce back from adversity. But losing a game doesn't mean you face no adversity. There's adversity in their life every day. Some kid gets hurt, you have to replace them. Some kid fails a test. Some kids have, parents that die or grandparents that die.
Right.
It's all how you handle it.
Right.
And that's what we teach our kids every day, is you have to sit there and put it behind you, learn from it, put it behind you, and move forward.
Yeah.
The people that dwell on it and dwell on adversity or dwell on loss, they're not moving forward, and they're not going to sit there and get where they want to go as best they can.
Right, yeah. You just sit and dwell on it.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much. I know that you're a very busy man, especially in the heart of the football season. And we have a lot going on between the Texans and the Astros and the Tigers. So I will let you get back to it. But thanks again. It was very nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Jamie Bechtold with RE/MAX, and welcome to the American Dream. Today we're at Bernhardt Winery in Plantersville, Texas, just north of Houston and minutes from Lake Conroe. It's a cornerstone to the community, and they've got wonderful stories to tell inside. Let's go have some wine. Good morning, Jerry.
Hey, Jamie, thanks for coming out to the winery this morning.
And so happy to be here. We're here today. Say we were here last night for the summer concert series where you had the Beatles tribute band.
Right, the Fab Five. Yeah, what a great group.
It was amazing. And so basically we're in here this morning and kind of just wanted to see where you got your start and how this all started.
My wife and I were about to turn 50, and we wanted to kind of have an idea of what wine was really all about. We were late bloomers at getting to this. What we found out that as we traveled Texas, there were about 36 wineries, and they were all very family oriented, and it was all about a sense of community. And that really appealed to us and spoke to us. And as we investigated and looked at where we wanted to perhaps build a winery, we thought about the Houston area. So we thought how cool it would be to build a winery and build a sense of community and a whole lifestyle for folks right here in the Houston area to have a 45-minute drive, beautiful country, past the lake, just a sense of community by sharing wine. That's really the story, where it came from.
Very nice. I couldn't help but notice a number of awards that were on your wines. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we compete in the San Francisco International Wine Competition, which is one of the largest in the country, with over 4,000 entrants and over 300 countries participating. And this past year with our Cabernet Sauvignon, we won a gold medal. So that's just pretty amazing competing, nice. You know, in Plantersville. Our Merlot just recently won a gold medal in the Finger Lakes competition in New York. And all of these have won medals in various competitions over various years. I'm happy to share with folks that, to me, a really good wine, you know, when you think about it, there are millions of wines that you can choose from.
Yeah,
you go in any store.
Yeah.
How does one speak to you? And what I have found is that when you have a sense of community and a sense of belonging and a sense of place, that really speaks to you as well as a fine wine. So one, we're excited to let folks know that we do compete on a world scale, but yet in a very small boutique environment with a very family-friendly, in a real sense of community where you can just come out here, you can be in the shade of these beautiful century-old oak trees and feel like you belong, and you can take a bottle of award-winning wine home and say, that's my community, and I want to support my community.
Who would ever know that this sits right outside of Houston, Texas? Nobody.
When we dreamed it 20 years ago, it was a dream, and we're all enjoying it, not just my wife and I, because if the community didn't support us, we wouldn't be here. Yeah. So the community has just been tremendous in supporting us, and we're honored to craft some really fine wines that are actually decorated and documented as such.
So Jerry, tell me what's going on here in this tank.
Well, thanks for asking, Jamie. In this tank, we have our Texas Cabernet. This was just harvested in the late parts of September. So this is a baby cab from Texas. You see it's still a little cloudy. It's starting to clean itself up. There you go. Give that a swirl and give that a taste. And you notice it's heavy on fruit. Lots of roundness to it, but imagine that in 2 or 3 years after some nice blend of a French and American oak.
So if you're looking for a unique family experience located outside of Houston, 45 minutes north, the Houston Hill Country, come add this to your bucket list. You'll never regret it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Our national story this week takes us to some fun outdoor locales. But first, we hear from one more professional from your neighborhood. Let's check it out.
Hey you guys, Tricia Turner here. I am outside Highland Home in Jordan Ranch. Inside, I'm gonna go talk to somebody who I adore. A bunch of you guys know her. She's gonna fill us in a little bit about Jordan Ranch, what to expect from Jordan Ranch, what is up and coming, so y'all come check it out. Hey you guys, I am now inside this amazing Highland home, and as I mentioned outside, I'm here with the one and only Tammy McCall with Johnson Development. She is the face of Johnson Development. You guys all know her and love her. We know her with marketing. She comes in all of our offices and helps educate us on the Johnson Development communities and what we need to do to help them, and they help us. And so we are super happy that she's meeting with us today.
I'm super happy to be here.
She's going to give us a little bit of information about Jordan Ranch. That's where we are located today. We are showcasing, of course, the Highland homes, as I mentioned, but there are several other builders out here, and I'll let Tammy tell you about those. And then a little bit about Jordan Ranch, what's projected with Jordan Ranch, and how you really need to get out here if you're looking at new homes, because there's no better place to be right now.
So I believe that we are celebrating our 3rd year birthday this month. So they're having a celebration, but we have a celebration every year. We have this beautiful brochure, which you will have at your office, and you can have some of these. But this highlights all the great things about Jordan Ranch. It tells you about the amenities, which is the lazy river, tennis courts, the parks, the shed, which is our amenity building where residents can use it, or even our director of fun, which I have right here. Solomon is our director of fun.
Didn't Solomon win an award?
He did. We had the Greater Houston Builders Association Awards a week ago.
Yeah.
And he won Director of Fun of the Year. Out of all the lifestyle directors or directors of fun across the Houston area,
There's a lot.
he won.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so we're very proud of him. But also Jordan Ranch won Billboard of the Year for Better Out West, because we think life is better out west.
It is so.
And one of the things about Jordan Ranch and any of the Johnson Development communities is that we like to look at lifestyle. Okay. You can buy a house if all you want to do is have a home to live in. That's fine, we can supply that. We have lots of builders. Here we have 8 fabulous builders, and we're in, like you said, inside of the Highland Homes model home, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Totally.
And then we have, but we also can provide you a lifestyle. So one thing we like is that we provide commercial. We have on-site schools. There's a future elementary school that will be coming here. But we like for you to have everything you need here within a community, so that you don't have to go anywhere else if you don't want to.
So I always tell people when they think of Jordan Ranch, because it's still being developed naturally, it's in its infancy basically.
Right.
When you're looking at Jordan Ranch, for anybody that's looking out west and you look at Cross Creek Ranch, that's a Johnson Development. So when you're thinking of what is Jordan Ranch going to look like, well, with every community, they always get better, because you always find ways to improve it, and you're like, well, in our next community, that's what we're going to do.
Right.
Would you say that's Jordan Ranch?
That's definitely Jordan Ranch. And you know, it's an interesting comparison because they are both great communities. And Cross Creek, though, has been around now. We've already celebrated 10 years.
I know, it's insane.
So with that 10 years came, you know, over 3,000 homes, and we'll have probably closer to 6,500, you know, maybe 6,000 when that gets completed.
Okay.
Here in Jordan Ranch, if you're looking for something like that, but you want a smaller community that's not going to be the size of Cross Creek Ranch, we're only going to have 2,800 homes at completion here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
So it's not so big. You still have that where everybody can know each other kind of feel.
Yes, and we're in Fulshear, so we're on off of I-10. It's
like 2 minutes.
Oh, it's so easy.
It is.
It's easy access to just jump on I-10 from here. I know that sometimes when I need just a little spot to go work, I will come out and maybe stop in one of these models and work for a little bit, because I can get access to the highway so easy.
Okay, so tell everybody what is one of your favorite things, or the favorite thing you have here at Jordan Ranch.
The lazy river, for sure.
That is mine as well. Yay. If you guys have not been out here to the lazy river, I don't know another community that has one. Y'all need to come check it out. Reach out to Tammy, reach out to Tricia Turner. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I hope you learned something interesting about your city and enjoyed the local content. Up next, we head to Las Vegas to check out a 100-year-old orchard with Laura Harbison and Bill Gaylord.
Bill! Bill, I'm lost! I can't find you!
Where are you?
I give up. I can't find him.
Laura, I've been behind you the whole time.
Oh my gosh!
Bill Gaylord here with Laura Harbison, broker owner of Realty Executives Southern Nevada Properties. And Laura, where are we today?
Today we are at Gilcrease Orchards in Las Vegas. Absolutely amazing, amazing place, icon of Las Vegas. Been here 100 years. We need to go find Mark, who's the manager, to show us around.
And where's Mark?
He said follow the donut signs.
The donuts?
So let's go.
Let's go to the donuts.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having us today. Are you ready to show us around?
Let's do it.
Yeah, this place is crazy, huh?
Mark, this is a madhouse. There's people everywhere.
It is.
I can't wait to see it.
So, Mark, these are the Pink Lady apples.
That's correct. These are our latest apples of the season.
Okay, so you've had apples since around, what, May, you said?
No, apples in July, and then there's a break, and then we have them again in October.
Okay, so then the fall and the spring are your busy times. What happens in the spring?
So in the spring, we open up in March, and we have asparagus, which is very delicious. And we have carrots, beets, and leafy greens, and other things like that.
So the kids can come and pick their own carrots and all too?
Right.
Okay, kind of like a little treasure hunt where they can see what size they can find.
Right.
You know, so I really miss that hayride. Is there any chance that we could do that today?
Sure.
All right, let's go do it. So Hannah, what is your favorite part about working at Gilcrease Orchard?
Definitely meeting all of the cool people that like to come out here, especially this year we got a lot of news coverage, so a lot more people have been coming out this year, and it makes it super busy, but I really love seeing all the people. The kids come in their costumes. It is the cutest thing. They think picking their own pumpkin is like the highlight of their year, so that's the most fun seeing. It's just all the people out here, just being around for fall time. It's my favorite time of the year. The vibe is just like so nice.
So
I
much
really
fun.
love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you grew up here? Did you?
Yeah, born and raised.
And did you come out here as a kid?
Oh yeah, all the time. I got all my plums, my pluots, my nectarines from here. It was like my favorite fruits. I always came here. Haven't come in most recent years, which I probably should because they have some of the best produce out here. Especially in the springtime, it's like all you could imagine. We've got it. Yeah, it's really the best.
All right, it was supposed to be the best farming land in the entire valley.
Yeah.
So the Gilcrease family purchased this land in 1920, is that correct?
Right. They came down from Reno, purchased this land, grew alfalfa because there was a spring on property, and so they had the water, they could do it. And since then, we've been growing fruit trees and lots of vegetables. So it's been very fun.
So this is a nonprofit foundation, just giving back to the community, basically. How many people a day come?
So it depends on the time of year, but we get school field trips Monday through Friday, and usually in the spring and the fall, we get about 300 a day that come through here.
Wow.
And so about 12,000 kids a year in organized school field trips, plus when they come with their families on the weekend.
Right. Yeah, this place is hot. It's Tuesday morning and this place is hopping.
Yeah, it's busy.
I can't believe it.
Busy place.
That's great. Well, let's, I think I'm gonna go find your pumpkin patch.
So Laura, I am exhausted.
Me too.
This place has everything. It's such a great day.
So much fun. I've loved coming here for the last 25 years that I've known about it. And my kids have loved it, and I've really enjoyed introducing you and all of our viewers
I'm coming back.
Gilcrease Orchards.
I hope you enjoyed our last segment and feel inspired to check out an orchard in your neighborhood. Next, let's head to Suisun Valley, California to check out a vineyard and winery with Scott Loney and Alicia Worley. I love touring wineries, and I have a feeling you do too. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Scott Loney.
And I'm Alicia Worley, and we're with Country Estates. Today we're in beautiful Suisun Valley at Woodin Valley Winery. Hi, Ron.
Hi, Alicia, how are you?
Hey, Ron, how's it going?
Welcome. Well, welcome to Woodin Valley. I'm going to take you guys around for a short tour today and learn a little bit about Woodin Valley Winery, Suisun Valley, and all kinds of fun stuff that happens out here. Let's go on over to the winery. Well, we just entered our fermenting cellar, and in this building is where we ferment all of our red wines. Those tanks back here will be all full of red wine. Some are full right now fermenting because we are in harvest. And then this piece of equipment behind me is our press, which is a newer piece of equipment that we've had for about 4 or 5 years. Right now we're in harvest, so it's a super busy time, but a great time to be visiting. So I always encourage people to come out and visit the winery. If they see my brother destemming some grapes down here, come on down and check it out. You said earlier you want to try something coming out of this press. Well, there'll be some juice coming out in a couple of days out of this press. Cool. Stop by and see that. So this is in the fermenting cellars where we turn grape juice into wine. This is our barrel room. We have approximately 250 barrels in this room, and we put all of our red wines in wood. Part of the reason you put wine in wood, red wine in particular, is not for oak flavor. It's actually to soften the tannins that are in the grape skins.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so some people think, oh, I want oak flavor, but it's actually making the wine softer because oak has a tannin, grape skins have a tannin. Together, the oak softens the grape skin tannin.
They work together.
So that's it, they work together. Well, here brought you out to our demonstration vineyard that we have at the winery. Vineyards is where most of our business is. Of course, we have the winery, but we operate around 400 acres of grapes, about 300 that we own in the family. And so it's the biggest part of our business. And we are really farmers first. So even in the style of our wines, we want them to be fruit forward. We want to taste the grape. I better get back to work, you guys. It's harvest time.
I want to thank you so much, Ron, for taking the time to give us the tour.
Welcome. Yeah, as you know, I'm passionate about Suisun Valley. I think it's got a lot to offer.
We are too.
We need to let people know. So.
Absolutely. Thanks for helping us get the word out.
There you go. Thank you, and thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay, now we're going to take a stroll through the vineyards to our featured listing at 2417 Morrison Lane. Come on. Okay, now we're in the farmhouse. It's approximately 2,000 square feet. Has a big great room with the master bedroom off of the great room. Spiral staircase leading to the loft. And then over here, we have a brand new, fully remodeled kitchen with hickory cabinets, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances that lead off into the back 1.25 acres that are sitting on the creek. It's great, you gotta see it.
That's what really makes this location special.
Yeah, come and check it out. Yeah, isn't this awesome? You're on over an acre. You got the vineyard right here. Even though you're on over an acre, and you've got surrounded by vineyards that are on 10, 20 acres. Some of them are across the street are 180 acres.
You don't have to maintain them,
yeah, you
but you get to take in the view, right?
It's awesome. Anyways, we'd like to thank you for coming with us on our tour of the Woodin Valley Winery.
Our little adventure.
Our little adventure and our listing that we just listed, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
I love the quaint appeal of small town living, farm culture, and the beautiful wineries these communities have to offer. Up next is another winery in a small town at the north end of Santa Barbara County. Let's check it out with Amy Baird.
So hi, I'm Amy Baird, and I'm up in Santa Barbara County on the north end of the county called Santa Maria, a little town called Old Orchid, and we're at Presqu'île Winery, which is a gorgeous property. We're out on 200 acres with Matt Murphy, who's the co-founder and president, and he's going to give us a little bit of information on the history and what Presqu'île means and what brought you out west.
So we're here at Presqu'île Winery. This is my family's winery and vineyard here. We have 200 acres in Santa Barbara County, Santa Maria Valley, as you mentioned, focusing on Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And so we're here in the winery. This is the red wine floor, red wine tanks behind us, and we're just wrapping up harvest as we speak. So kind of a good time to be up here. So the piece of property that we're on has a lot of undulation, rolling hills, a lot of elevation change, and so we wanted to play off of that in the way we designed and built the winery and tasting room. And so the winery sits up top at about 1,000 feet above sea level, connected underground to the cave and the tasting room. And so it's all gravity flow, and that's an ancient way of making wine before, pumps and electricity and all these things, modern conveniences existed.
Yes.
This is the way wine was made.
It'd be great to go ahead and take a tour of the winery, and you can show us around what's happening in the vineyard since you've already got most of the wine harvested. There's a little bit of grapes still out there, and see where we are.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Still here at Presqu'île Winery, and it's the first opportunity I've ever had to actually interview my brother, Pryor Baird, who's out from Nashville, here in Santa Maria, our little hometown actually of Old Orchid, and he's going to play tonight for a sold-out crowd and promote Presqu'île, promote some nonprofits, and I just want Pryor to be able to give an opportunity to tell us what's new in his music world.
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on all the time. We've got a new record coming out, we've got a new band started, getting, traveling a lot on the road. We've got people behind us now, and we've got some good momentum moving forward, and just having a great time being able to come home and share with my family and share with one of my great friends, Caleb Lee, and have him come out here and just enjoy what this beautiful piece of the world has to offer. I'm just happy to be here. That's what it's all about, keeping it all together. It takes a village to make anything happen. This is the best village I know about.
That's the truth. And it's great to have family here that we get to see you when you visit, get to see you in Nashville. Love you, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's go play some music.
Let's go play some music. I'll listen. I'll drink some wine.
Hell yeah.
Last but not least, Brandy Dudenhoeffer takes us to a zoo that started as a family-owned farm, full of cute animals and a short drive from St. Louis, Missouri. Let's check out Big Joel's safari.
All right, Joel, well, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started Big Joel Safari.
Kind of a long story, but sort of a short story too. Me and my wife started the park 7 years ago. We live here, it's a small operation, but I was an animal science graduate from the University of Missouri, and I've always wanted to be a zookeeper, and that seemed to be the best way to achieve those things until we finally figured out we'll just start our own zoo instead of working for another zoo.
So there's a little history here to the property, though. You didn't just purchase it recently 7 years ago. There's some history to it.
Yeah, well, I grew up on the property, and due to different medical issues with my mom, I did a lot of the upkeep when I was back in town for a few weeks, and eventually I kind of told them what I'd like to do, and they said, well, you can buy it from us and you can take over the farm. So
That's awesome. So what kind of animals did you grow up with here on the farm?
pretty normal. Actually, a lot of miniature horses. My uncle was in the miniature horses, and we were busy all the time, and horses are kind of pretty easy to maintain. We had a few goats, and llamas were the first any exotic hoof stock that we ever had on the property. And so we have a lot of animals that we highlight that we just really like, and we think the public, and it's kind of worked. So you can get a lot, even though you can't touch a lot of the animals here, or some of the animals, you can get pretty close and get up close, see what they look like.
sometimes see what they smell like. So, you know.
I guess that's a perk, or not so.
Oh, it's not that bad.
But that was truly what your design was to make sure that the encounter that your guests have is that they can get a little closer to the animal.
Yeah, because at no point are the animals stressed. A lot of these guys are raised either from a small age, or we've come across, we like calm animals that can be easy to work with, for us to work with, and so they really don't care if the public's there sometimes, you know. They're not stressed out.
Okay. So here this says education station. What is this space here?
When we're open every hour, we have a few reptiles out here that kids can touch and feel. We have usually a tortoise, a snake, and an alligator we bring out.
Joel, can you tell us about your hours of operation?
Yes, this season we opened up in April, and we're going to November 3rd. We're open Thursday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and Sundays from 11 to 5. And you can always go to our website at www.bigjoelsafari for more information too.
We strive to bring you the best stories from across the country that embody the ideals of the American dream, and we hope that you saw something new and entertaining. We would like to thank all of our viewers and our sponsors for helping us grow the show. We couldn't do this without your support. I'm your host, Jenn Morris, and thank you so much for watching.